This is Bob Nightingale from USA Today. You're listening to Locked Up Sports.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Bob Walters. He's Brett Grasso. The Mets have just completed a sweep of the Angels. The young kids did it yesterday. The veterans did it today. Brett, the Mets are back. I proclaim it now. The Mets are back.
It's just a different group of this team winning these games. I mean, I want to say the bottom of the lineup, but even though that was the first couple games, but today was Francisco Lindor coming back off the schneid. He's 0 for 30, ends, big RBI.
0 for 30. He was like 6 for like 59.
Yeah, Pete Alonso with one of the longer home runs you'll see, a second decker into that like left center field gap, not down the line like when you we're talking. That is a monstrous laser of a shot, 3-run bomb that was huge. Manaea looking good again, not getting the length yet, 5 innings, but that's he's like Bob was we were talking before. That's expected so far.
I think they're back.
Nobody in the Mets can pitch past 5 innings.
I think the long kind of, because there was like it was almost
You're
2
right.
months that the Mets weren't playing well. Like they had lost 20 of 30 games. They lost 20 of their last 30 at one point, and I didn't like the way Mendoza was handling the pitching staff. You have Lindor, Martin, just one of the worst slumps of his career. Alonso was hit or miss. This team was carried by Nimmo, Beatty, and McNeil, and Cespedes. Listen to me, and Soto.
Yeah,
that's who carries the team.
That's so funny. I misspoke with Cespedes and Soto earlier today. That's so funny. You know what? I was like, it is. I go Soto, and all I thought to myself after that was Soto is everything we wanted Cespedes to be in a younger version that's going to last for a while. That's like not an idiot about it. But
Cespedes
you're
was
exactly
good for
right.
us, though. Cespedes helped let us to a World Series.
No. But in a very small sample size until whatever. Whereas you're talking about and it was also just anyway, totally different guy. But but the truth is, like, you're exactly right. It's these other guys who you're right. During that streak, it was a little bit holding us together in the pitching and the bullpen, but all that fell apart. The bullpens fell apart. The starting pitching fell apart. The Lindor fell apart. Soto is what carried us after. And after that, it was honestly pure Juan Soto since then. And everybody else has been around him. And
he's
a
getting
couple
big
timely hits.
That was a big hit the other night up the middle.
And you've seen the hustle come out of nowhere, the extra stuff, the stretching it over, that scoring, on a play like that was going to be tight at home to win the game, then going when it was a ground ball and he was on contact 2 different times. He scored those winning runs for us.
Yes. I was actually at both those games. But last night, or 2 nights ago, because we're doing this the next day. But 2 nights ago, he got thrown out on a laser. On a fly ball left field where he was stealing. That was a laser throw. I don't know who's out there and left it, but that was a laser throw.
But he's also throwing guys out early in the games, which sets the tone and really sets, so like he's really, what you're expecting from him. He's really just been outside of that slow start. He has been an MVP type of guy the last, month plus now, easy, which is great to see. Other guys need to start coming back around. Alonso has been so far. He cannot catch up to the fastball. He's so far behind. Lindor struggling. Good day today.
Like bad.
Beatty's been on fire. Beatty's been batting like
real well.
330.
And he's playing doubles, a good third base.
Runs.
Playing a good third base. Made a great pick last night. And listen. Like I said, it's been carried by the kids. The first 2 games of the series was the kids. And today was Alonso and Lindor.
And then the return of Alvarez. Which right there, you go and in 2 games in a row, it's an Alvarez, RBI double that ties the game. And then again, it's an Alvarez 2-run home run that ties the game the next night.
Big home run.
Both of which, without either one of those, just the next things happen. It's baseball
but let's be real. Let's be real. The Angels kicked that game away. Okay, that ball's got to be caught out in right field, and then the ground to the third.
You're still a professional pitcher throwing it, and you still got to, you're right.
Okay, but the ball's got to be caught out. But they put him in for defensive purposes.
And
then also on the ground to the third on the go-ahead run in the 8th inning, the guy threw it away from home to the plate.
And I think I was thinking about that during the same time too. And it comes down to Mets defensive replacements too, or any defensive. replacements. Now, we know we put people in who are better out there defensively. Tyrone Taylor on top of Jeff McNeil. Like, we know that's going to happen. But when a guy has just played 7 innings or 8 innings, they've seen the ball off the bat. They've seen all the stuff. When you bring a guy in fresh off, it's not the easiest thing in the world, the first ball that gets hit right at you. I don't care if you're a professional athlete or not. And so I kind of was thinking to myself of, is it a better thing in some spots? The guy better be that much better in center field to change like a guy who's seen what's happened. You know, when you play outfield, you read what happens throughout the game.
And you're going there now, it's
where
nighttime.
Guys hit it, where the pitchers threw it, where the ball's going to get blooped. Should I have 2 steps? To, like, and so, again, Tyrone Taylor's a bad example because he's always going to be a better defensive replacement. But when you bring a guy into a spot like that, No, that's and we're going to get to this in a little bit, and we didn't really even talk about it, but we have like the Mets kind of needs for a trade deadline, which is going to be, is it center fielder? Right now, they're saying that Jeff McNeil is playing so well in center field, and obviously, you know, he is that the guy who, if they find a guy, is going to have to be so good for us to go get him because Jeff McNeil has set the bar so high, which is the quote from the Mets.
Well, the press, they're telling you everything they want to hear, and we'll get into that press conference in a second. But I think it was a huge. If they lost the first 2 to the Reds, right? That third game, you could see how important it was, and you could see the panic start to come over. You know why? You know where you saw the panic from Mendoza? Alonso was out of the game because he's hurt, right? Injured hand, contusion on his hand. 6th inning, all of a sudden he appears in the game. Right, so he put him in. Then he brings Diaz in the 8th inning to get one extra out. He blows it. He hits. He walks the guy.
That
and he pegs the other guy.
And then I know we can play Sunday morning, Monday morning.
And you're like, oh, here we go. Here we go. I didn't like it either. But
no, you're right.
But it was a panic move, and so was the Alonso thing because you don't put Alonso in that game, right? If he has a hurt hand, you could injure his hand worse. You don't know what's going on.
Alonso can talk himself into that game.
Yeah, but that's up to Mendoza, and I think it was a panic move.
I'm ready, Coach. Put me in if you need me. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm feeling good. That's it.
Because they had Vientos at first base.
I can just see it. I don't think it's just like him. You're right. I think it's a panic move either way. Like if you made the decision earlier that he should be out for the game, you stick to your decision. There's a reason like that. Like I felt that way with the Lindor stuff.
And then they almost blew it too with Lindor on the double. Lindor should have scored. The third base coach holds him up, and then he scores on the contact play at the plate. And I mean, listen, the Mets got lucky there, but then they went and they swept the Angels. That's a huge sweep because now they go out west. They got the Giants. They got the Padres 6 in a row. Out west, I think they're winnable games, right? You go 3-3, you go 4-3, and through all of this, as bad as they played for the 2 months and everything, they're half game. They're actually now tied with the Phillies, percentage points, I guess, behind them or whatever. But they weathered the storm here.
6-5 Red Sox over the Phillies in the 8th inning right now. 6-5 Red Sox over the Phillies.
Red Sox are playing well too.
Yeah,
they were 10 in a row back a couple weeks ago.
And a lot of teams who were actually starting to play well, who we were on the fence of, are we going to be buyers or sellers at the deadline? But like we said, this early trade deadline with the ability for so many more teams to make it to the playoffs or at least be in contention with the extra wild card spot,
they just
puts it in such a weird spot. It puts
those are big games for the Angels and for the Reds.
Of course, and there's plenty of other teams, and you look at like the Rays and the Diamondbacks who've actually fell out of it by losing a few games this week, and those players are now going to be available. The Mets have, teams who but the American League, there's only, I think, 3 teams that are outside of like a 3-game reach for the wild card spot or 5-game reach. So it's like every team except for 3 teams, and one of which is the Orioles and whoever else. But they, the rest of the teams are in it. The National League's a little bit. There's a few more teams like the Pirates and a few other teams who are out.
That's what they tried. That's the whole point of the extra wild card.
The Mets have a couple big needs.
And what do you think? Now getting to the trade deadline because it's a week away. Yeah. I think you go bullpen, right? You get a guy. They're not going to get a big name bullpen because it's going to cost too much. The Mets don't want to mortgage that future. They don't want to send. They don't like this to send the prospect. So I think you get I think they'll get a regular, like an average, someone you can trust, and then they bring Sprode up and the other guys, and they put them in the bullpen.
Do you know what? You're right. If they're going to go after, and they're going to go after a guy in bullpen who I think they're going to go after the Pirates closer David Bednar, and he's a guy who has another year of control. And don't forget, Edwin Diaz can leave after this year.
Yeah,
He's opted. He can leave. So the Mets are thinking, I think one step ahead. And I think the Mets, the only person that they trade is a high-end. We're talking about a high-end closer who right now would help. Could also help next year. They like control.
What do the Pirates going to want?
All this stuff. There's a lot of guys who are on these expiring contracts. The Mets are not giving up Vientos. They're not giving up Mauricio. They're not giving up these guys for expiring contracts.
Vientos is worth a lot. Vientos isn't worth a lot right now. He's not. He's done nothing this year.
And right now, that is the talk. Is that they're talking Dylan Cease, Mark Vientos, and Dylan Cease is on an expiring contract. And you look over and you go, I mean, I'm all for it if you win a World Series, but outside of that, it's always a waste if you're just there for like a guy who, he may not even be good. You never know how a guy's going to show up to New York and pitch.
And the Mets aren't going to do that. Mets aren't going to do that. They don't do that. They don't. First of all, they don't pay pitchers a lot, right? They don't pay pitchers a lot, period, to begin with.
No.
And then they're not going to mortgage their future. Stearns doesn't believe in it.
They could do the classic, we're willing to pay. It's a big contract for whatever. We want to get rid of a guy. But when you start talking about guys like that, you know who they're talking about? And I hate this news of the Mets are going to get Luis Severino from the A's. I go,
no.
You think you want Severino?
We just gave him away.
No, and they go, and you have to still have to pay the contract, and not to mention he's got like an 8 ERA or like a 9 ERA.
And he's a starter.
He's
a starter.
Plus, and there's the other end is, if you actually look on paper, if this team isn't injured, right now we finally have our rotation. We have the Manaea, we have Senga, we have Montas, we have Peterson, and you look over and, all the pieces are like really starting to come together a little bit for this Mets team for the first time. Now, nobody's out there. We can pitch 7 or 8 innings like, outside of like Peterson, but the other guys are ramping up. But I think we're on what it's supposed to do. And David Stern said this is the offense we're probably pretty much going with. These are our guys. Like, there's no young guy coming up.
I think they're okay with the offense. The offense is okay as long as obviously when Lindor's not hitting. It
hasn't happened yet.
When Lindor's going 2 for 60, it's not going to happen.
Right.
And when Alonso's not hitting home runs
all year.
But and listen,
it all comes together.
Well, yeah, obviously, if it all comes, that's the thing every year. If it all comes together, but Senga's got to stay on the mound. Senga's got to stay healthy. Manaea looks like he's okay. I know you weren't as impressed, but I've been impressed. He's been out there 3 starts, three times now, 2 good starts.
It's more of,
the one right before the All-Star break was good.
Yeah, it's only length, and I get it. Like, listen, it's a hot day. It's a day game. It's a long, he had a little bit of a long out day in the second inning. Struck out the side in the first. He looked great. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to say he didn't look great. I just, it's not even him who worries me. It's the Clay Holmes averaging 5 innings a start. It's, the other guys who need to start going. Like Montas gave us the 6 or 5 2/3 the other day. Senga, we're going to get out of him, and that's, God forbid he starts pitching 6 or 7 innings. We're going to get something.
First of all, nobody pitches 6 or 7 innings anymore, right? Nobody 5 1/3 is what you get.
Yeah, but
from
our
starters.
bullpen sucks.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Stinks,
listen,
so
we had to hold on for dear life.
In a while.
We had to hold on for dear life to get 9 outs the other night, and then they came in the next night and they got like 15 outs after Senga only went 3. So, but you're right. This bullpen, I don't trust more than 9 outs, and you're not going to have. That means a starter going 6 full innings every night, and that's not going to happen.
End up with a starter. Don't be surprised if there's a starter comes out of nowhere and Clay Holmes gets relegated.
But why not? No. Bring Sprode up. Bring Sprode up and put Sprode in. Sprode's got a million scoreless innings in a row, right? He's dominating AAA.
Listen.
And he said
we'll see.
He said he's going to leave the door open for that. I've been advocating for that now for 2-3 weeks. Bring Sprode up and put him in there.
I think it's going to. No, definitely. And like we said, these problems fix themselves. And we're talking about something now that we don't even know that's happened a week from now. That's going to be, he's coming up anyway because of this happened. Or, he can't even come up because he had a twinge. Because now he's getting at the point of he's thrown probably more innings than he's normally thrown ever in his life. And all these guys have. And Clay Holmes is at a point where, do you know they're saying Clay Holmes' limit is supposed to be like 160 innings?
Yeah, because he never started
but that would put him only at 5 innings averaged for 7 to 8 more. I'm sorry, 9 to 10 more starts or 8 to 9 more starts, which is not that many.
What if I told you one of these 3 guys is going to get traded?
Coming with this inning stuff.
One of these 3 guys is going to get traded. Vientos, Beatty, or Acuna. Who gets traded? Who do you want traded? You get more for Beatty. Beatty's playing well.
They're not trading Beatty. They've already went out on a limb with him. He's been the guy who's been natural, great since every level.
Vientos' value is in the toilet.
Vientos' value is in the toilet is right, but he's a major league player and you can get an arm for him. So that's what they would go. And I don't like that. I don't like this bullpen arm stuff.
It's tough. It's tough giving up these players because he could be good. We saw him last year.
That's like a team who's almost a little delusional, thinking that they're like the inevitable champions. Like the problem is, no matter what happens, you're going to have to go against the Dodgers at some point. So like if you think that getting David Bednar or this one Dylan Cease is going to be the tipping point for you. It's not. I'm sorry.
You need a couple of outs. You need outs out of the bullpen, Brett. They can't get it to Diaz.
No, I'm with you. They have a lot of other options to trade from the minors of guys who I've never heard of that probably may not even pan out. And so
because they're going to want time. They're going to want major league ready players.
I have a hard time, just like anybody, watching a guy who performed at the level Vientos did under the pressure Vientos had in the time as long as he did it. It's one thing if he did it for a week. It's one thing if he did it for 3 weeks. He did it for an extended period of time in the biggest spots, and he carried this team in a way like Daniel Murphy did. And I'm sorry, we might give away and be eating it, or words like Pete Crow Armstrong playing in the All-Star game. And over here, Mark Vientos is playing in the All-Star game. Yeah. And Pete Alonso is playing in the All-Star game for a different team next year. And we might be looking over and being like, it's the Mets. And we got these guys and Lindor. And the whole team's the Mets. But
you're right.
The Mets
you're right.
Anymore.
But they have a reliever. This team X has a reliever that you can't get without Vientos, right? So now you might win the World Series this year if you get this reliever, right? But you might not if you don't. But you're going to give Vientos away, who is going to be right at the top of the former Met now good list that I have. And we know it. And we know Pete Crow Armstrong. And there's going to be another Justin Turner.
You can't give away one of your arms for it because your arm is the same as that arm anyway.
They don't want our arms. They want Vientos. They want Vientos.
No, well, they do want arms. They would take any one of those Sproat.
Oh yeah. I don't think they're trading those guys. No, they're not trading those guys. They don't trade the future.
Those are the if we can get DeGrom, that's who goes. Do you know what I mean? That's a level.
No,
I'm not saying they want it. I'm just giving you a level of player.
Okay.
A level of player that is belonging to. That would allot for those players.
I think they're off limits. Stern doesn't like to do that. They don't like setting the future.
You're right. They're off limits. They're not off limits for a guy who is the top of the top.
Yeah, everybody's for sale at some point, some level.
With a little control left. So there are guys who would tip it. Let me tell you, if you told me Dylan Cease, I'd be like, wow, that would help the Melton Mets a lot. If you told me peak Jacob deGrom down the stretch without a lot of innings on his arm, I would say that is a tipping point that could go over the Dodgers. And that's what we're looking for, right, Bob? Like, the point isn't to have the best team. The point is to win a series versus the Dodgers, a series versus the Yankees, a series versus the best in the league. Like, it's about matching up pitching. It's about having that no chance of us putting up a zero offense.
Would you trade McNeil and Lindor for Pete Crow Armstrong?
No. You're out of your mind. You never trade Lindor.
What if they came to you with that? Would you trade Lindor
for McNeil with a decent amount? I'll package
McNeil and Alonso.
Give me any of the young guys.
McNeil and Alonso for Pete Crow Armstrong.
Right now?
Yes. Okay.
Right now, yes.
But you're not letting Lindor go. But not Lindor.
No. Okay. You have control. It's about control. The difference is
Pete's a free agent this year.
It's about control.
You're right.
But even if you went like this, but you even paired up McNeil with any of the three, Beatty, Acuna, Vientos, yes.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, but that's fine. Of course, I would do that too in a heartbeat. But they don't want that. They don't want that.
Two of the three, probably.
Okay.
That's a
blockbuster. That's like the trade. But we saw that trade
in the negotiation.
We saw that trade. We saw that trade in the NBA. We saw that trade in the NBA this year.
It's a real thing, and they need one more piece, and they go, "We want Jonah Tong from Double A."
And the GMs are joking about it like that. You know, someone comes up, and that's how it starts.
And they throw it out there. And
give me Alonso. I'll take Alonso and McNeil for Pete Crow Armstrong.
Expiring.
That's how it starts. That's how it starts.
Yeah, but it can only work for an AL team that you're probably not going to see. It's a tough market with that. Like, it's tough to do it. Like, it's tough to
if it was a sign and trade with Pete?
But do not be surprised. The Mets, just like last year when they made their move and they went out and got their guy and they get Stanek and all the other stuff. Well, don't be surprised if the Mets go out and make the early move for a bullpen arm, and don't wait around and trade whatever that is for whoever that is. Early, we're 7, if not 6 days away when you're listening to this or watching this right now. So it is there.
I read Mark Healy. Mark Healy said that. I read from him. He said that.
So where do you?
It's very expensive right now for these bullpen arms. Everybody wants bullpen help because I told you, Brett, no bullpen. I don't trust any bullpen as far as I can throw it. So they're all everybody's looking for bullpen help, but it's very expensive right now. But it's going to get less expensive as you get closer to the deadline.
It's about that match of like the puzzle piece. Not everybody has what they're looking for. The Mets, like now, again, like you said, some people you're not willing to get rid of, but some teams may have the biggest need for it. Like the Yankees may have the biggest need for a third baseman, but they may have the pieces to give the team that has that third baseman. So it's kind of luck. Like if the Mets just happen to have that perfect piece that someone loves for that team and it works for them, you just got to get lucky a little bit too. So, I mean, these guys can pretend like they're the best negotiators in the world, but at the end of the day, like everybody needs to get over on the other guy a little bit, right? And so,
yeah. You want to get value. You want to bring value back. Both people, if both people are unhappy with it, then it was a fair deal.
Stuff? Now, what if there's third basemen out there that are available? There's center fielders. They are really entertaining. What are we
going to do with Beatty? You got Beatty. Beatty's playing well now, right? I didn't believe in Beatty. I
actually like Beatty. Mauricio at third base defensively. Mauricio is
Beatty at second.
Stellar at third base.
Beatty at second and then McNeil in center.
The McNeil Beatty alternate with Acuna. When you need them, and like I like it.
You know who I think the key to this team is going to be, and he's going to be a guy on the bench, and it's going to be Marte. Can he stay healthy? Can he come off the bench to give us big at bats late in games and get big hits? He's a veteran. He's a big player. He's got to stay healthy though.
He had those gel injections in his knee.
He just came back yesterday.
But nobody said that it feels incredible after them, which is a great thing to hear because usually you're just like, I'm all right.
He could be key in a playoff series, right? Coming off the bench with late at bats in games.
I have
a lot of confidence in Marte too.
But I have a high level of doubt that he will
not get hurt again. No, I agree.
Healthy.
I agree.
He will be playable. See, that's the thing though with him. He won't be like IL. He'll be like Kirk
playable.
And you don't that's a little extreme, but I wish. But no, he like you said, if he's like a little banged up, that's not the Marte you want. He has to be healthy Marte. Banged up Marte is awful.
Oh, yeah. And listen, and they got to stop saying, I'm sick of seeing guys out of the bullpen, too, that I've never heard of. That guy that he left in, and that I was pissed off about Mendoza because that first game, off of the All-Star break, he's got a fully rested bullpen. Manaea, they did the starter game right before the bullpen, and he leaves that guy out there just getting shelled. He gave up 3 home runs and 5 runs and 3 hits, 3 home runs. It was terrible.
That was the worst.
Why do that? Why give away the game?
We got a little lucky since then, and we have Brooks Riley back, who's looked great. And then we go over and we've had since then we have Jose Butos back from an illness.
Yeah, but Buto wasn't good today.
I didn't say he was good, but he's his first day back from being injured. You know how long he was out? He was on the IL, Bob, for like month, and he's been just sick. So that's one of those like. He's like wiped. I don't think he's going to be in good shape for a little while. But it's good to have those 2 guys back on top of wherever this comes. It's really a question of who are they choosing, not where do we get these people from.
There's a express shuttle though to Syracuse and back with these players. Guys you never heard of coming and pitching in the bullpen.
I'm talking about the elite guys. I'm talking about 2 guys, Sproat, McLean. You have to realize they're trying to time it where we bring them in where they can they can't go back and forth. This is what happens. Ready? If
bring them up and put them in the bullpen.
But if it doesn't go well for 2 starts, if they return him back to the minors, Bob, they can't ramp him back up as a starter. They have an issue. That's what they said is their only issue. So they're going to wait until it's a all-in go. No, I don't think it's going to be that far. I think it's going to wait till it's like he's on the team no matter what. If it doesn't go well for these 6 starts, he's just not going to be on the roster.
You know who I like in that bullpen? I like a lot is Stanek. I trust him. I like him a lot. He got a couple saves this week. He's pitched really well. Last night with the game on the line and Trout at the plate, he got him to pop up.
I mean, but prior to this, he has been shaky. He's been on and off this year, which has been odd. And I love Stanek too, and I think Stanek's the guy. But for whatever reason, he's got hit a little bit this year. He had some walk issues earlier in the year. Him and Reed Garrett.
I don't like Reed Garrett. Reed Garrett, I don't trust.
They both of them have been inconsistent. They both have had great stuff.
I think Reed Garrett had one appearance where he came in and he got a couple big outs. I don't like Reed Garrett.
But they get themselves in trouble. He's been walking guys, and it's inconsistency, and those are the issues that you look at. And then Brazoban, oh my God, 50-50.
Forget about Brazoban. Brazoban, you can't trust Brazoban, right?
But those that was obviously when you talked about the no names, Bobs, those are the 3 guys you were begging for him to bring in. So you're right, but those are the 3 guys you were begging for. You know what I mean?
I know. Because the bullpen stinks.
So you're
but that just shows that the bullpen stinks.
But they're a joke only to the point of like that. This is who we would wish we're in for a lot of these games.
I know,
week,
but that shows how bad the bullpen is.
We need help. That's exactly what we need help.
That's why. Forget about third base. Forget about getting Pete Crow Armstrong from the Cubs for Lindor.
No, but really though, the bullpen was in the beginning of the year was an anomaly, and it got us that big start. But that was a fluke. That's what we learned is the offense is what it is. But like that crazy start with the starters and the bullpen,
I loved it. I loved the starter game. Loved it.
But it's
so much better than the bullpen game. So much better than the bullpen game.
No, that's what you want. No, we're gonna see that. I'm telling you, that's coming.
I think it's innovative, and it's so much better.
You're going to see a little bit of that coming later in the year for the guys who aren't putting out enough innings and to save the bullpen. That's going to be instead a Sunday save the bullpen day. Give me a Clay Holmes who can't pitch more than 5. Give me Manaea for 4. And, we're golden, man.
Mendoza is crazy, like paranoid about blowing out these arms in the bullpen. That's why he left that guy out there. He's just paranoid
cares about guys who stink. He cares about arms that stink.
I can't with him.
I understand if you care about Diaz, but now he throws him for 6, But
the problem is we didn't see Diaz.
5 outs.
Why did Diaz come in? Diaz came in that first game, right, against the Reds. He hit the guy in the bad 8th inning. It's because he hasn't pitched. He pitched the All-Star game. Yes. I feel like we didn't see him for 3 weeks because the Mets were losing. Right, and Diaz can't pitch unless it's a save opportunity.
Because then we pitch him for 4 outs over 2 innings, obviously, and that turns into you can't pitch tomorrow, and then we have an off day, and then we have a day that doesn't need a bullpen help, and then we have another one where we're blowing him out, but now we have to pitch Diaz, and then the next day is, we need a save, and then we don't have Diaz for 3 days.
So and paranoid. Paranoid about doing the bullpen, and he stinks at it. He stinks at the bullpen.
But it means that you get Diaz's innings in, but that means you only got 2 important situations for Diaz over the course of 10 days, and you got to time it right. Otherwise, Stanek isn't going to hold up like you think he is in that spot. The fact that Stanek had to save 2 games this weekend means we mismanaged the bullpen.
Yeah, he always he's not a good in-game manager, Brett. Mendoza's not a good in-game manager.
But we're happy because it was like we thought it was not going to work out for us. So we're happy. And it worked out for us. So that's not the way it should be for this team. We need to be like locked down, no issues. Diaz is almost in his prime right now. We're just not getting him out there for every save.
Yeah, you're not going to get that out of a bullpen. There's no bullpens like that. There's very few bullpens that are like that.
But he is. We're just not getting him out there. He's in the bullpen, just not available
we have a great closer, and the rest of the bullpen stinks.
Mismanagement.
You can't even get him there.
Yeah, but I'll even give you once we get that little extra out of the starters, that 6th inning, and we finally get to whoever that 7th inning guy is, and we get to Stanek in the 8th. I feel good about it. And then we're going to add that one guy in between. It's going to go Stanek 7. David Bednar 8, and it's going to go Diaz 9. You're going to go, holy cow! If those guys are healthy,
Sproat's the 8th inning guy. He's going to come and throw gas.
You're going to throw the other guys in there for that type of stuff too, and they're going to eat up a start in the middle of late down the stretch, and depending on where you are, and not eating up in a bad way like a bullpen game, they're going to shut you down, and that's the best part of what I'm learning. So I see good things coming. It's finally gelling to who's in what spot and all this other stuff, but we got a lot of work.
I mean, we'll see. Listen, we're a week away. Now, I was at the game last night, right? So I took my daughter to the game. Great time, great seats, everything. Awesome. It was good, pictures. Right? Yeah. But I need you because I've heard bad things. I heard it was a rough listen. Give us a review of the Kidcaster.
Oh, it's where I wish I could. I missed it. I don't even know how I missed it.
I heard it was rough. I heard it was rough.
See, was it? And see, this is what happened to you.
That's just what I'm hearing.
I saw all the pre-part to it. I saw everything else where he's in there. He shows up. Do you know what he does? So he shows up to the booth. He goes and he talks to everybody, and he does everything. And he has a headshot of himself. He signs it and he gives it to Gil.
I did see that.
And that's classic. First of all, I don't get what happens. That's funny.
I heard he didn't talk a lot. I want to see it. I want to go back and watch the inning. The Mets did nothing in the inning. I noticed because I remember it was the 4th inning, and I remember seeing it, but I was at the game. But I don't know how. The reviews on Facebook and Twitter are not good.
Bob, when that red light goes on, Bob, it's different. The world changes real quick.
If you watch when I was out at SNY in the studio, that first couple minutes there, you're nervous, bro. You're nervous.
Bob, I've been through some rough interviews and whatever, where you're doing whatever, and it's lots on the line. Like one way, and you're and like you can't, and you're just like you can't even think straight. You don't know what's going on.
You're right.
You're looking out there. No, but this kid's looking out, Bob. He's got whoever's batting in front of him. It could be Lindor or Soto. He's got a packed house. This isn't the regular Kidcasters. There's usually 14,000 in the stands.
42,000.
No, it's just usually nobody there, and it's like a crap game, and you're calling like Hayden Senger. But no. It's not like that anymore. Now it's like prime time.
Mets
you're going to be
291,000 in these 6 games.
It's worse than you think, Bob. This kid knows he's going to get ripped for the rest of his life on social media if he screws it up.
And always had all day and all week since he's been named the Kidcaster. Was people going, "You're going to do a great job. You're going to do a great job." I don't want to let him down.
Hot dogs and Shirley Temples all day. They've been pumping him full of stuff, and he's probably like in rough shape. His dad's been hitting drinks at the bar, and he's been like, "Dad, chill." You know how it goes with the kid.
Is it cringe? But they're all cringeworthy, right? They're all cringe.
No. 1 or 2, like really, like straight up. The one kid got it. Where
they got the home run, right? The kid who got the home run with Lindor.
He was it, and he nailed it. And that was, and nobody lives up to that. And they hype it up because they're always so good in the pre-stuff. And now
there's 1 or 2 good ones.
Everything.
His pre-stuff was not very good. I watched his tape. It was like almost like a script. It was like he had too many lines and cliches, and
they did have him calling something else. But anyway, he's
more like an actor.
Listen, Bob, let's not just bash children.
Can we have like a mid-40s caster next year? Like, can we do that?
No, we should do like elder caster.
Elder caster would be good. 75 and older.
Yeah.
They'd be on there talking about Marilyn Monroe. They'd be like, Marilyn Monroe.
nursing home day.
Nursing home.
You bring them all out.
Well, if they want to do mid-40s caster, I'll throw my head in the ring.
It's like kids' camp day. We all get them the different colored T-shirts.
But you're right with the attendance. I mean, Brett, it's packed. I know you haven't gone this weekend. I've been to 3 or 4 of the games in this homestand. It is packed every night, like full house, full house packed. Not a seat in the building.
That is. I was going to go today too, but the thoughts of driving home in traffic at 4:00 today were like, no way. I've been working every single day for like 10 days. I was like, there's 0 chance I'm driving home in traffic.
So today, I got the studio here under construction.
Packed.
My wife had me take everything down. She spackled, right, and now we're putting stuff back up. So I got this, and I got this. This is the drawing. This is my drawing from my daughter. As you can see, it's very Mets. It's a picture of what we did last night at the game.
No, the top left is like that. Looks a little bit like Soto. It's like Soto on the left with the arms and the head.
The X is with the red. That's the bullpen.
I can see. I can see it. That's funny. That's where he's hanging out.
So I've been doing jury duty, Brett. Now I can't talk about the case. Period. And can't mention anything about the case.
Grand jury
duty for 6 months. I love it. It's like watching it's like a drama. It's like a TV drama live that I'm watching, and I love it. I think I would do be a juror for as a job if they offered it.
I mean, you someone has a miserable. We know you work at Rikers, but you have a miserable job if you like grand jury duty. That's
no, because I still get my paycheck. That's why I like it. I still get my paycheck, and I love it. And it's interesting.
They send you like 100 and something too, though. But I think you have to send that back.
They'll pay me $72 a day. They'll pay you.
But I think you have to give that to work.
I do. I have to give it because there'll be days because I do 4 on 2 off with my regular job. So there'll be days where I work that I would have had off. But you know what I didn't like? My job is telling me because I'm on vacation, right? So my job is telling me that I'm not going to get my vacation days back, and I'm like, come on. If I'm at jury duty today, I should get my vacation days back. So I got a bone to pick with them about that. So that's it, Brett. We got going on the West Coast, 6 days on the West Coast. I'm going to the American Dream, the Mall of America thing in Jersey. I'm going there this week. I'm going there tomorrow. You've been there?
That's all. It's next to the
Giants and Meadowlands. Yeah,
it's right next to the stadium. Yeah. I've been over there. It's nice.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited.
I hope you're bringing your daughter.
Oh yeah. We're going to the water park and the Elmo Land and whatnot.
I can't go solo. Yeah, I'm there.
No, I'm not going there by myself. If I was going by myself, I'd go to the sports book. I was going to say I'll probably still be in the sports book for a little while. So that's it. Hey, listen, the theme of today's show.
We got the late. What time are these games? I'm sorry. What time are these games?
10:30, right? 10:30. Yeah.
No, I think it's because someone said it was a. I don't think
it was a weekend series. So you probably get maybe you get a 4:30 and then
that's good. Hopefully it's not too bad.
I want. Yeah, all right. Yeah, but if I'm gonna be at this place, I like the thing because I think we're gonna stay overnight at 2. So I'll watch that 10:30 game. And so the theme of today's show, Brett, for me, Mets are back. I think that they hit the bottom. Now they've come back up. I think it's gonna be Mets and dogfight the whole way with the Phillies, right? The Phillies are a good team. Phillies are a good team. It'll be tough.
When I look at the rotation, it's exactly where I wanted it to be. All the guys, they may have been injured at some point. They are back. They are at on their bottom, working their way up, and they're gonna peak. And same with this offense at the right time, and they're gonna make a very nice push right past these Phillies. And because
let's win the division, right? Forget it with these wild cards.
No, very important to take over this division this year and to go in to the playoffs as division winner. Missing that first section of wild card games.
Yeah, you want no part of that. I want no part. You can lose 2 to 3 to anybody.
And again, we're in it. I have a very good feeling because whoever we have, we can dominate those games. But you don't want it. We want to set up our rotation. We want to go down the stretch with fresh arms. We don't want this Manaea situation where he's worn out like he was against the Dodgers last year, and Senga where he's injured going into it and we're rehabbing. We got a set rotation. We got our offense zooming. We got Soto with us this year. Lindor's going to get back on track, and Alonso's going to come right back like it was at the beginning of the year.
So if you like the show, don't forget to leave us a review. If you don't like the show, leave us a review. We want to hear all the reviews. Like we got the good and the bad. The bad ones are usually better. We got new listeners. We got a guys at the Mets game I've been talking to. He's following us. I got a guy on the jury duty. He's now watching the show. So hey, listen, if you follow us,
we got the Save a Little League that's pushing its way through the
we're gonna get to Save a Little League. Let's let them get 1 or 2 more. And we're gonna start coming.
We need to keep winning, guys.
And our vow with Brett, if they're in it, we're going to Williamsport.
Oh, of course.
If they're in it, because I can get us press pass. My cousin is a umpire on ESPN for the Little League.
Oh, save!
So we got it. We're in. So
right.
Don't forget, rate, review, and subscribe. Every little bit helps. Visit our website www.lockedupsports.net. And if you don't want to find out where you can follow us, go to lockedupsports.net/follow, and it's all the links there to follow us wherever you choose to listen or watch us. For Brett Grasso, I'm Bob Walters. The Mets are back. We'll see you next time, everybody. See ya.